Hello there, Virgo. Welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your reading for November 20th through 30th, 2019. Hope you guys have been doing great. It's wonderful to see you back if you are returning, and if you have not yet been here, welcome to the channel. While you're thinking about it, do reach out. I invite you to hit that subscribe button, join the Dragon family, and also give it that dragon claw up by clicking the like button and let me know you enjoy this content. First, a few quick notes before we get started. This is a general reading. It will not resonate with every single Virgo out there, so whatever messages resonate with you, keep those. Those are meant for you, and if they don't resonate with you, kick them on out to another Virgo. Also be sure to check your moon, your Venus, your rising signs, and if those are in different signs other than Virgo, you may want to check the videos out that correspond with those. This video will mostly correspond with Virgo's sun, moon, Venus, and rising signs, and all Virgo cross-watchers are welcome to join us as well. If you're looking for information regarding personal readings or any of the card decks that I use in the session, just look below in the description box. So let's go ahead and start talking about your astrology. There is so much going on that is moving and changing in this last part of November. It's actually kind of wild. We have about 6 major planetary movements just within this this 10 days left of 10, 11 days of November. So first we are starting out with Mars has shifted from Libra into Scorpio. That happened November 19th. So that's right on the edge of going into Scorpio, which is very, very good for you. That's going to give you more energy in your communication. It will be in your universal third house of Gemini. So Virgo, you're going to be really talking with a lot of energy, a lot of drive. You'll have more fire, more spark when you're communicating. So definitely look for that. You might even be a little bit more argumentative or combative. But in my opinion, that's just fine because Virgo, y'all are very, usually very kind, very modest. You're very nice to everyone. So sometimes it's good to take a little jab here and there and really stand up for yourself. And that Mercury retrograde that we've had, that's going direct. That's going to go back into direct motion on November 20th. Very, very nice. That's also going to be moving back through your third house. So like I said, Mercury and Mars both, joining up in Scorpio, moving through that Gemini house universally for you. Your communication is on fire and it's sharp because of that Scorpio energy. And Scorpio and Virgo are a very good match in a lot of ways. So energetically, it's not out of step or out of sync with you at all. It actually opens doors. The more that you kind of embrace a little bit of that fighting spirit, it actually opens more doors of opportunity as you go forward. So next we're going to look at the sun. The sun is moving into Sagittarius on Friday the 22nd. That is going to be a little more challenging for you because Sagittarius is in a square aspect to Virgo, so it's more of a friction. But because it's going to be, in that fourth house, it's a home house, it's home, family, roots, origins, I really think that there's going to be some good stuff that comes up with that as well. Sagittarius tends to be very expansive, very open kind of energy. So Virgo, if you just go with the flow and roll with it, you're going to do pretty well with it. But don't be surprised if stuff around home, family connections come up during the time of the sun in Sagittarius for you. Venus will be moving to Capricorn on Monday the 25th. And that is going to be joined up on December 2nd by the big motion everyone's looking forward to, is Jupiter moving into Capricorn. And those both are fellow Earth signs. So with Venus and Jupiter both really being powerful in your universal 5th house of Leo, that's going to give you such a burst of creative energy. It's going to make you embrace more fun, more love, more color into your life. If you've got special bonds with either your pets or animals or children, all of that's going to get stronger and more beautiful. I also think that this combination of Jupiter and Venus together, because it's in Capricorn, it's not like we think of Venus and Capricorn being super romantic. But because it's going to be in such a nice alignment for you, I think it could really improve and increase romantic situations and, you know, relationships that you're already in. New moon is going to arrive on Tuesday the 26th, also in Sagittarius, so expect that home and family connection to also be very strong during the end of this month. Neptune direct is coming up as well. Neptune is the planet that rules Pisces, and right now it is stationed in your general house of the 7th, of relationships. So for you, Virgo, this definitely starts to get things moving, I think, in a positive direction, honestly, with relationships, because it brings back more of the dreaminess, the romance, the imagination, you know, so it makes you a little softer around the edges, maybe, you know, not so harsh with your loved ones and them not so harsh with you. So it does improve compassion, empathy, and sensitivity. All right, so Virgo, let's jump into your cards and see what comes up. I'm going to pull a few major themes for you first as we get started with your reading, and we're going to go into a full Celtic Cross Tarot spread as well. So let's get going. Dear angels, divine beings of light, ancestors, guardians, helpers, and healers, please be with us as we do the reading for the Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising sign of Virgo. Please protect their energy as well as mine throughout the session, and please bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you so much. Okay, so Virgo, look at this. Justice is on the mind and in the heart and in theme for this last part of November. It's all about balance, fairness, equality. So very strong Libra energy as well. If you have any Libra in your chart, or you know somebody who is a Libra, that could also have extra significance. So let's pull a bird spirit. I love my little feathered omens cards. I had an owl hooting outside last night before I started doing my reading, so I heard that, and I know it was a barred owl. I love the barred owls. I see them frequently around here, and they have such a funny hoot. They go, hoo, 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 hoo. They're really hilarious. It makes me laugh. So I said, all right, bird, I'm going to pull some bird cards for my folks on YouTube for their readings this time around. Ooh, so look, Virgo, yes, courtship and mating. There's the two cranes doing the little courtship dance there. I love it. New relationship developing. So, like I said, with that Venus-Jupiter action coming together, this could really open up some doors for love, for new relationships, for dating, new energy in an existing relationship. Very, very positive. So let's look at some goddess energy for you. This is about, you know, the divine intuitive. You know, as we get going with Neptune and Pisces moving forward, we're really coming back to an enhanced sense of, you know, psychic perception, intuition. And so let's see which of these goddess energies is closest to you right now. Oh, I love it. Taraz, she who is present. Look at that. Being very in the moment. Now, awareness, acceptance. It reminds me of the Eckhart Tolle book, you know, the power of now, the power of being present in the moment, not being outside of the moment, not worrying too much about the future or the past, but staying very, very firmly rooted in the here and now, because that's where your power truly is. So Virgo, that's a very strong message for you when it comes especially to your intuitive life, to stay very focused in the present. Don't, if you feel your mind wandering or worrying too much or fretting about the past, worrying about the future, it's like this is a reminder that Spirit is saying, let's just stay focused and rooted right now and here. So I'm going to move Mr. Dragon over here. Let's see if I can find a place for him to sit. There you go, buddy. We're going to jump into the tarot. I'm going to be using the Celestial Tarot today, which I really love. It uses a beautiful combination of all of the signs, the planets, and the constellations that are associated with each of the cards of the tarot. So it brings a really beautiful extra depth of meaning, especially for me being an astrologer. It really opens up an extra door. And then I'm going to be clarifying with the Grand Lux Tarot. So let's see what comes out for Virgo. Feels good. Okay. So, wow, okay. All right. So, Virgo, let's check out your immediate past. This is going to be the Eight of Pentacles. So this is really indicating that you've really been doing a lot of work. This is Saturn energy. This is your own energy of Virgo. So interestingly enough, you know, with all that energy moving into the Saturn-ruled sign of Capricorn, and then your sign is represented in this card. This is a powerful blending and balance that you're coming from. So you're already on the right track, I feel, with a lot of that past immediate energy, because the Eight of Pentacles is working one step at a time, day by day, being very patient, not giving up, whatever it is. If you're a student and you're studying, if you're on a job and you've got a project that you've got to complete, if you're self-employed and you're doing something, you've really been putting in the time and the effort and the patience on that. So let's pull. And the other thing that's kind of interesting, look at that, you know, the constellation associated with that card is Centaurus. So you've got a little bit of that Sagittarian energy we've been talking about hitting that too. So you definitely have some goals and dreams around that energy as well. Yeah, and you're working through some old pains here, Virgo, with that Ten of Swords. But that Ten of Swords also tells me that this painful old cycle is really wrapped up. That might have actually been part of what some of you have been working through. For some of you, it's not just a job. For some of you, it's been really making that effort to get a handle on some mental, emotional pain that you've been experiencing, but it's starting to get better, because that 10 is always the completion. And it's like you've been through the ringer, you've been through the swords, you've had people stab you in the back, not treat you right, and you're done. You're like, I'm done with that. I'm moving past that. I've been doing the mental, emotional, psychological work, and I'm doing a lot better. So as we step into this next phase, look at this for the present energy is Sagittarius. So Virgo, I take that as a very strong confirmation with this Temperance card that the time of Sagittarius will actually be very positive for you, rather than the more difficult, more challenging aspect of that, which it can have. But I really think that in this case, I feel that this is spurring you on to greater action and greater forward movement. So let's bring up a clarifier for that as well. Yes, and to me, this is all about learning to trust your heart again, opening up that heart chakra, being willing to take the blindfold off of your eyes and see clearly. Because if you've been through a lot of pain and a lot of trials, like that Ten of Swords indicates, of course this is general, so it's not going to be all of you, but a lot of you out there, yeah, you've been through some stuff. And so now it's like, it's time to you know, trust your intuition again, trust your feelings again. And as you go into, you know, that energy of Sagittarius, that Temperance card, that is about balance. It is about restoring, you know, yourself to yourself. So going forward, there is a little bit of fear, you know, on your side. It's like that Five of Pentacles is the fear of being out in the cold, of, you know, not being included, of not being part of the bigger picture. So let's take a look and see a clarifier on this to see if we can get a little bit more of a message around it. Okay, so this is really about balancing your emotional state and, also your health, your finances, just your whole well-being has to come into play here, because usually with this five, it's interesting, we go from the Five of Pentacles then to the Six of Pentacles, so it's a natural progression. And a lot of why you're feeling like, you're worried about being left out or not being included is because, you've really been maybe a little out of balance here, Virgo. So make sure that you're taking equal time for work and for play. Make sure that you're giving as well as receiving. And that's a very important thing, because you're such a hard worker and you many times give without expecting anything back. But, the universe is saying, don't do that, and you're not really locked out in the cold. You're actually very much a part of the universal equation. So don't feel that way. That's very much, a product of our own mind and our own thinking. So then getting into what you've got to focus on right now, and also what's going on in your subconscious, here comes the King of Cups with that cardinal water. So this is very much Cancer energy, especially very lunar, very moon-based. So when we get into that new moon, I think you'll really have a new burst of energy. And as we're going on this waning moon up until that 26th, you're going to be letting go of a lot of things that you're ready to release. Anything that's been hurting, anything that's been difficult, you're ready to let it go, because the thing that comes up with this King of Cups is a lot of healing. He's very much a healing energy, sometimes by staying at home as well, because it is Cancer. So, just root, very comfortably into the home life. Take some days to just self-care, comfort yourself, do what you do best, Virgo, which is really looking after the needs of your body and your well-being. And the other thing, of course, with that water sign energy, it's all about, to me, healing the heart chakra, healing the third eye, healing, the solar plexus, your center of confidence. So don't be afraid to take some time out for that. On the top, you have a very, very beautiful card coming through here, which is the Ace of Cups with that Ursa Minor. And this, to me, also brings in all the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So lots of abundance, lots of divine blessings of emotion and spirit and heart coming through. And that's really what Spirit wants you to know in that position. That is your higher mind speaking. So let's clarify that one, please. Yes, and look, there's the Magician card coming up over this Ace of Cups. So it is all about fresh beginnings that the universe and Spirit is bringing through for you, whether it's new beginnings in love, new beginnings of the soul, new beginnings in the home life, because of a lot of Cancer energy coming through there. So let's pull some more cards. Okay, so Virgo, let's pull some clarifiers for these as well as we go through each one. So this is your suggested approach. Cardinal Earth, King of Pentacles, a very strong Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy, so this is very much you. To me, this is all about getting rooted, grounded, stable. It's really time to be, embracing that material abundance for yourself as well. So it's like doing good things for yourself and others, enjoying the efforts of your work, all very important right now. This is, to me, always that King of Pentacles is a balance of feminine and masculine. So keeping in balance both, it's like the intuitive mind, but also the practical decision maker. So let's pull a clarifier for him. Yes, with the Page of Cups coming over it. So Virgo, this is a lot about, balancing the earthy side, but here comes that very gentle, water energy, very much a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. This is all about, messages coming in. Sometimes this can really indicate someone apologizing to you for something they've done. Could even be you apologizing to someone else. There could be a mutual reconciliation and forgiveness there, which is very beautiful. Sometimes it can even, for some, it's the birth of a child or a new idea or a new relationship, because there's usually something new coming into being with that Page of Cups. So then what you need to know right now is that Five of Cups. So anything that you have that's been knocked over, anything that you've been disappointed in relationship-wise, love-wise, emotionally, whatever it is, it's like this is a reminder to you that not all is lost there, Virgo. Not all has been lost. That's a very strong Scorpio-Neptune connection with that card. So to me, there is that sacrificial part of it. It's like you've had to maybe give something up, but you still have something very worthwhile to hang on to. And also that Scorpio energy is very regenerative. It's a lot of rebirth, and you will be feeling that at this time. And so there's that 10 of coins on top of it, which to me just really signals that, all what you've still got is really worth quite a bit. It's kind of worth everything, because this is that ultimate abundance, ultimate feeling of reward and balance and stability and the happy home and the happy family and enough money in the bank. It's all there. So then we're going into the hopes and fears here, which is a little bit painful there, Virgo, because it's like this is what you're really hoping doesn't come back around, is this Nine of Swords. Gemini energy, very, very strongly represented here. So it's kind of like you don't want to have to deal with pain and difficulty in communication. You really, with that little Canis Minor, there's that dog spirit as well in this card, which is like this could be, you've had your loyalty tested, or someone hasn't been very loyal to you, and this has led to a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of pain, a lot of confusion, and you really don't want to go back there again. So let's pull a clarifier, please. Yeah, and it's got you, you could still be going through a little bit of getting over this, Don't stop your healing work. Don't stop that healing progress. Anything that you've been doing to heal from anything painful is very worthwhile. The Hanged Man energy is very Uranus, a little bit Aquarius kind of energy, so give it some time. Expect a little bit of the unexpected. You're in between phases right now. You're not completely out of the old life and not completely into the new one. Then we've got this Three of Swords that comes up at the very end. This is, a painful card, as we know. This is really like, those heartbreaks, those difficulties in love, especially because this is both Libra and Mercury energy. So it's like, things that had to do with relationship very much aspected here. So let's get a clarifier on this card, because I know this is a tricky one. This one is not the nicest, but it's not always all bad. So let's check it out. Ooh, so look at this. Okay, Virgo, so this is great. I feel good with this one coming out on top of the Three of Swords, because there's the World card. To me, this is a symbol of, like, like I said, it's heartbreak and emotional sadness, pain, all of that. And then the World card comes up on this. Look at that. And I love it because the World is the ultimate indicator of a cycle completing. So Virgo, my feeling is anything that's broken your heart, anything that's hurt you, that's coming to the end of a cycle. Absolutely. You are at the conclusion. All of those signs are involved with, the fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So And then I love turning this one to the side because look, it's like the all-seeing eye. You know, it's that world, it's that complete energy coming full cycle for you. So anything that's really hurt you, anything that's been painful, you will be victorious over it. You will not be knocked down by it, even if it's been very, very hard. So let's pull a Divine Door card for a last affirmation here. All right, Virgo, so there is your door, this beautiful cobalt blue, and it says on the back, the art of life. All right, so let that one, it has a star, it has a 5-pointed star. I don't know if you can see it on that door, which of course in the Wiccan tradition is a, you know, symbol of all the elements coming together. It's also a symbol of super protection, and it is also the symbol that's on the pentacles in the tarot. So to me, it's also that symbol of abundance. And the affirmation is, there's no sacred light in the aura of life. Be bold in your skin. Let your love dance in sight. Wow, so the art of life, you know, really it's like be bold in your own being and let your love show through your actions. Very, very beautiful confirmation, affirmation there, Virgo. Hope you will have a wonderful rest of your November, and I will be seeing you again very soon. Take care.